G'day there. Rick and Trish back with how to use your noodle part 3. And if you've seen that part 1 and part 2, you would know that here I am today sitting on my seat noodle with my double effect dual noodle for extra buoyancy with the triple duct tape wrap. They can float around all day as discussed earlier. But today we're going to go a little bit further afield. And I want to share with you this, that not all these ideas coming up on this one are ours. This one has come, my next idea was come from my mate Mick of 45 years or whatever it is, and I will give him the credit for that. But what I'm about to share with you is quite astounding really, because when you're floating around in the pool with your seat noodle, with your dual purpose double wrap duct tape for extra buoyancy, a noodle between your legs there, you're quite comfortable, but there is one thing missing. And what is missing is a drink. And Mick gave me this idea, and of course I've put it together, and I want to introduce you something very special. It is called the Drink Coaster Noodle. Now what I've done here is simply anyone can do. I've bought myself a cheap drink coaster. I've had a bit of silicone, elastic, whatever you want to call it. I've siliconed them both together, and for extra super support I've actually put 2 screws. Oh, no, I've just noticed there's 3 screws down through the coaster into my noodle. Now what I'm going to do is show you how to use this effectively. So there, what you can do is float around all day and not be thirsty. Most important. So what I'm going to do here is this. I'll start to thread this straight through under myself, under the dual purpose, dual effect, double extra buoyancy noodle with the triple duct tape wrap. And what I've done there, you can see I've slipped it in between those two so it doesn't slip out. Now you can adjust it according to your height. I'm just going to go over here and grab my can of Coke here, this green one, I don't know what's green, slip it in there, and there you have your drink coaster noodle. It's an invention of myself and my mate. So what are you going to do? You're going to float around here all day, and then when you do want to drink, zip your little drink coaster noodle out to the side and
could be a bit messy.
as simple as that. So you don't have to be out in your noodle all day floating around doing nothing, which Trish and I are very good at, and be without liquid. You know, there are all kinds of liquid. You go, if you like beer, have beer. If you like Coke, have water, whatever. But there it is, look. What a great invention. Everyone will want one of these. I'm calling it the Drink Coaster Noodle, for the want of a better word. How effective and simple to make is that? I will take orders. If you desire to contact me, we can arrange something about that. But there you are. How to use your noodle part 3 and the Drink Coaster Noodle. There you go. Oh, g'day. Now, we're back with another tip on our part 3 of how to use your noodle. And we're back at the campsite, and I'm going to explain a couple of things that you're going to be able to use your noodle for that are kind of absolutely fantastic and could save your life here. So number one, sometimes you want to come out and you want to go over to the ablutions block. You've come at your caravan or your tent, you're busting to go, and you're running out and you don't see your tent peg, you don't see the rope, you catch your foot in there. Next minute, imagine this in the dark, you're busting to go. If you're rolling over, you could fall there, hit your head on there, and then you're unconscious on the ground and still haven't gone to the dunny. That is a problem when you're camping. That's bad. We're going to fix that with a noodle in a minute. The other thing that I want to show you is this. Just imagine of a night time, you're getting up there, you're busting to go to the amenities, the ablution block, and you're running, and then suddenly you find yourself caught, struck up like this, legs are up, you're down on the ground, half choked to death. That's not going to be a pretty sight on the way to the ablution spot. Guess what? We found the answer. And the answer is simply using your noodle. Let me show you. What I've done here, I've got a noodle and cut it in half, as you can see. With, what have I cut it with? Box cutter, Stanley knife. So what I've done, I've cut it in half, and then all you have to do is then slit it down there, so you've got a hole there as well, and with that one as well, and then suddenly you've got this little opening. What you do, you grab your noodle, slip it over your tent cord, like this. So simple it is. Takes 5 seconds, and there you are. No longer are you going to be able to trip over that. Why? Because you have your noodle. You have your noodle on your rope.
Protection.
Protection.
Mm.
And also, if you want to go the extra mile, and I'm sure you will, because remember, you've only used half your noodle. Now if you want to use your whole noodle, if you want to stand out in the caravan park or the free camp where you are, you're going to use a whole noodle. Hey, no one's going to miss that.
No.
Everyone's going to see it.
Right.
And Dale, what's the good thing about this noodle?
It's fluoro, high vis,
High visibility.
High vis,
We
yep.
used our yellow noodle for
Work
high
cover.
visibility.
It's work cover.
Work cover?
Yep,
You'll
yep,
be happy with that.
yep,
And you're safe.
yep.
The rest of the people in the park, they're getting choked, they're tripping over, breaking their neck on the way to the ablutions block. But guess what? Once again, you've worked it all out simply by using your noodle.
Can I just say something on the video? I am absolutely loving.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely loving.
There's something on my face?
Yes, there is your lunch.
Okay.
Your chicken. Excuse me.
A bit chicken.
Can I just say, I'm absolutely loving the way the hot weather and the heat has just done amazing things to your hair. There just seems to be something slightly different. It seems to have grown.
I think everything's growing.
Yes, and I love the way you've got the. I think your roots need doing again.
Oh, they probably do. Thanks. I'm feeling good about my hair.
I've got to go now.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.